What's going on, guys? Just wanted to give you a different kind of video today. This video is going to be based on questions that I've received through Instagram, through YouTube's, through friends or subscribers, and I wanted to show you the answers that I gave them so you can see what kind of advice that I give behind the scenes, all right? And you can also go to the YouTube videos that I've posted in the past to read the comments so you can see them for yourself. The first one comes from a friend of mine. He had asked me that he needed help with himself and also his girlfriend for their training and their diet, trying to lose weight, get more cut, and I'm going to show you the advice that I gave him. So I said, yes, I can help out with that. It's all diet. Abs are made in the kitchen. Generally, to get the weight and body fat down, you need 1, reduction of calories, 2, increase of expenditure, which means regular intense workouts that are going to help to increase your calorie burning, 3, enough protein, 1 gram per pound. 4, more vegetables at night. 5, stay away from fried foods, condiments, hidden calories, and drinks with meals. 6, drink more water than you think you need. 7, increase flexibility, mobility work. More intense training makes you tighter and more prone to injury because of it. Number 8, you have to switch up your training constantly. Number 9, you should be writing your meals and workouts in a journal. Number 10, you should be getting pumped during your training and sore afterwards. If you're not training hard enough or if you're not, then you're not training hard enough or doing the wrong things. So that was the advice that I gave to him, and I wanted to just quickly break down those ones so you can see where my mind was when I said it. Number 1, reduction of calories. Most people, we eat too much calories, but it's not about the calories, it's about the foods that you're eating that are high in calories. If you eat more vegetables, vegetables are going to be lower in calories, therefore you can eat more of them without gaining weight. And they have other properties in them that help you lose weight, prevent cancer, do all these different things. But if you're going to eat your food, make sure that you're getting good quality calories, and that is going to be from healthier foods, more whole foods. Doesn't matter whether it's fruits or vegetables, just try to get them as plain as possible without having too many things done to them to make them unnatural. Number 2, increase expenditure of your energy and your calories, right? So just making sure that you're training. If you're someone that is working out to lose weight, you want to be training even if it's 3 times a week, right? 4 times, 5 times a week. I would say that's like the sweet spot, 3 to 5 times. That's going to help you with overall calorie burning. Getting at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. If you're a woman or depending on your type of training, you may not need that much, but that's the standard that I was taught. And as people try to lower the amount of food that they eat during the day, if they're not careful, they end up losing more muscle than fat because they eat too little of protein. So if you are eating and you're trying to lose weight, what you want to do is lower your carbs first, keep your protein as high as possible, try to eat healthier forms of protein, cook them in the right ways, and try not to put too much stuff on them to make them worse off for you. The more vegetables at night, of course, it's going to fill you up. A lot of people that train hard, including myself, at nighttime you get tempted by all these different sweets that you have, and that can literally undo all the good things you've been doing with your training throughout that day and that week. So more vegetables at night fill up. It's also going to help you with fiber so that you drink enough water at night. In the morning the next day, the first thing you do is go to the bathroom, cleans out your system, helps to give you more energy, and that'll be really good. Also minerals, which your body needs. The more you train, the more minerals you need, and that's where we get our minerals from, is the vegetables. Number 5 was stay away from fried foods as much as possible. I mean, there's tons of machines and stuff you can get now to air fry your foods, or you can bake your foods instead of fry them. Also condiments. If you want to get healthier and you go to eat something that maybe is not the best thing for you, don't have the extra fries, don't add extra condiments on top of it that can increase the calories, increase the sodium, increase other bad, maybe unnatural things with it. And then even having water with your meals instead of drinks. We get so used to having drinks with our meals and we don't add up all the calories that those drinks do. When I was younger and I was competing in bodybuilding, I would have my meals and then I would have, let's say, fruit juices or juices in between my meals instead of having them with my meals. Give that a shot. That might help you out in your journey to get fit. Drink more water than you need. Now, there have been some people that have died from drinking too much water, but the reason why they died from drinking too much water, it has to do with their electrolyte balance. If you're drinking too much water, you end up sweating out all the minerals and electrolytes in your body, and you don't have enough, it affects your brain and can kill you. There's little things you can do, like a pinch of sea salt in your water will help to replenish that balance in your body. You won't drink enough water or too much water if you have the right amount of minerals, so make sure you're having those throughout the day. It could be, like I said, pink Himalayan sea salt or even vitamin C packets. Those have your minerals inside of them. Number 7, I said increase flexibility and mobility. And here's a big thing: more intense training makes you tighter and more prone to injury because of it. And how many people do we know that are on their journey to get fit and end up having an accident? They trip over something and they end up messing up their ankle, their knee, something happens, and that throws them off course. If they wouldn't have got hurt, they would have kept getting even more fit. So the harder you train, the more tight you're gonna be, the more you need to stretch. That'll keep you progressing, but also keep you from getting hurt in the first place and balance you out so that you don't get tighter and tighter from too much training. Let's see what else. You have to switch up your training constantly. One of the benefits of having a personal trainer is they're able to look from the outside and see what you're doing and see different ways that they can tweak it so that you can keep making progress. I myself have had several different trainers in the past that have helped me out as far as my training, my philosophies, and even training other people. I use the same techniques that I learned from them with those people, and it has gotten them success as well as myself. So you have to make sure that you switch it up. It'll keep you interested in what you're doing, but it'll also keep you progressing because your body constantly has to adapt. Where it adapts, it grows. So if you're noticing you're not getting good results with your training, literally switch up your training, and that could be something to spark the difference. And then let's see what else. Number 9, you should be writing your meals and workouts down in a journal. I can't even tell you how many times I've talked to people that were interested in training, and I've said, hey, send me what you're doing for training, send me what you're doing for eating, and they don't send me anything. So if you don't send me anything, obviously you're not serious about what you're doing. I can't help you with the training. You're gonna have a long road to get in shape. That's one of the key things that people that are already fit know, because people before them have done it, and that's what has led them to get trophies and win championships. You need to be focused on that. Number 10, lastly, you should be getting pumped during your training and sore afterwards. If not, you aren't training hard enough or doing the wrong things. So, getting pumped. If you're not getting pumped, you're doing the wrong thing. The wrong thing could be the way that you're training. You're training, usually it's too fast, it's not good form, you're holding your breath, you're lifting way more weight than you need to lift, or you're lifting too light a weight, or you're not being able to challenge yourself. It could be something nutritionally where you're not eating the right foods, or you're not eating them at the right times, or you're not having the best meals that you could possibly have before your training to give yourself the optimal performance. Or you could be one of those people that train hard at nighttime before going to bed without eating anything. So you're tearing down your house without building it up. So there's a lot of things, but getting pumped is one of the main things. If you're not getting pumped, you're not going to give the spark for the change that your body's going to have. That's one of the benefits of having a trainer, is having them teach you different ways so that you can optimize that and get a pump no matter what you do. Let's see. Also, getting sore. If you're not getting sore after you train, it could be that you're not pushing yourself hard enough, or that you've been doing the same exercises over and over again and your body has adapted, and it's just not gonna get better because you're giving it the same thing and you're not listening to it. If your body is bored, spice it up, keep your body interested in what you're doing, and your goal of training should be get pumped, right? Get sore. Once you're not getting sore anymore, you know you have to change something up, or you need to train a little bit harder. And then that was the 10 tips that I gave to my friend right there to help him out. I'm gonna go to another person that wrote to me on YouTube as well. He asked me about shoulder, and shoulder injury that he had. And let me see what he said if I have it. So he had asked about, what can he do for his shoulder? He's not sure what's wrong with it, but he's worried, very anxious about that shoulder, and just scared, and it's messing up his training. So what I did was, this is the advice that I gave him, and he appreciated it too as well. But I said, thank you so much for the compliment and watching the videos. I think we become less anxious when we act more and think less. Don't overthink things. It's going to mess you up. You need to make sure that you're doing what you can. As long as you're doing that, that's what's in your control. You know that you're going to be moving forward. You have nothing to be worried about because you're working on what you can. Have a specialist check it out to know for sure what it is. Find a specialist in your area. I've worked with really good physical therapists that have helped me out in the past. The one that I recommend here in Los Angeles is Elite Ortho Sport. Really, really amazing place to go for physical therapy. Anyways, have a specialist check it out to know for sure what it is. Until then, focus on diet, cardio, and legs. That way you can be as strong and as ripped as possible. It might be your rotator cuff. I would look up hashtag shoulder mobility and hashtag shoulder mobility exercises. It might be a tear or just a sprain or a weakness. These are things you need to address, right? I told him I originally hurt my shoulder from the following, and here are some other things that could have also helped me. I told him having my elbows up too high when benching. So this is a bench press, right? I'd have my elbows up a little bit too high. If they were lower, I would have had less shoulder pains. Another one is doing heavy dips. So I do heavy dips where I'd have a dumbbell hanging between my legs, 120, 130 pounds, doing dips, but I would go way down low, and I think I went too low. I feel like when you go do dips, you don't have to be as low, and you also shouldn't start from the bottom. You should start from a position at top and lower yourself in. Doing those two things, going too low and starting from the bottom, jacked up my shoulders for sure. So doing heavy dips, going too low, always starting from the bottom, not stretching them enough, especially internal and external rotation. I'm gonna put up a video later on different stretches for internal and external rotation, but those are important things you should do, especially if you don't have pains yet. That can help to prevent injury in the future, and those are things that I wish that I knew, but I'm glad I know now because they help me to get better, and also my clients that I have. Number 4, not doing stabilization exercises for shoulders. So I'll give you guys just a simple trick. Everyone knows what the plank is, right? So if you were to do your planks on your hands doing a push-up, that'll help with shoulder stabilization and make your shoulders strong and your abs strong at the same time, so that you have less injuries and you have more strength. And if you have less injuries and more strength, you have more muscle and you burn more fat. So you'll actually get better abs by doing them on your hands instead of on your forearms. And then what else? Number 5, this is the last one that I told to him. Believe it or not flexing them enough. I would flex my arms to show them off and not squeeze my shoulders. If I would have squeezed the shoulders more, they would have been stronger and probably gotten hurt less and recovered faster. So if you raise your arms up and you go to flex your arms, right? Like I said, I would flex my arms but not flex my shoulders. Now, when I do it, I flex my shoulders too, and that's helping them to get stronger. I recommend you do the same thing. Little things like that will make a difference. And then I said, don't be scared or worried, be resourceful and keep learning what you can do. Have a journal to write down the exercises and stretches you learn. Practice doing things that don't hurt, but make them feel better, and you will be back stronger. An example of doing something that doesn't hurt to help yourself get back. When I got injured on my shoulder, pretty much impossible to do shoulder presses. It felt very awkward, right? So what I would do instead is I would do shoulder scaptions, which would be holding, at first it was just a band in my hand and then weights, but I would just lift my arms up straight. So you'll see my hand is just like this, and I would do these. So to build your shoulders, you don't have to do, shoulder press. If you're doing shoulder raises and shoulder scaption, if it's not hurting you and it feels good, you can continue to do it. You're working around the injury, and you'll notice you get that muscle pumped. That'll help you to recover. Don't think you have to do a certain exercises. Do what you feel comfortable doing, and that will help you get to a better place. So doing what you can where you are with what you have. I love that exercise too, by the way. And then I also recommended to him, also look up Guy Cesarino on Instagram. He messed up both his shoulders and had to have them operated on, and is now back to normal and is a competitive bodybuilder. Last thing, if you're in Los Angeles, look up Elite Ortho Sport. I already told you about them, how great they were. But what I also did was I mentioned to him the different ways that they treated me that helped me out when it came to recovery. I will do another video where I'll break that down as well. But yeah, he said he appreciates it and that he's gonna check me out on Instagram, and now I'm talking to him, giving him some advice as well. So the last thing is, a friend of mine, one of my clients, asked me, what do I do to stay motivated? What do I do to stay motivated, right? So this is my answer to her. My favorite book is called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. In the book, it talks about the way we feel ends up controlling our actions, and then our actions control how we feel. The more we worry about things that are outside of our control or in the circle of concern, the smaller our circle of control feels and also becomes. That leaves us feeling helpless and anxious and worried. right? All I can do right now is stay at home and do what I can. I'm training and I'm not eating perfectly, but I'm eating 95% from my house and not from outside, which is saving me money. I have pictures that I cut out and paste into my notebook for motivation that I can look at, and I'm constantly reading books to learn about what I can do and also motivate myself. At the end of the day, I know that I read a couple of pages, I stretched my legs and hips and felt even better, and continue to push on throughout this time. All I have are a few 10-pound dumbbells, and I'm making the most of it and doing more reps and focusing more in my mind muscle connection. If this ends up lasting for months, which it has, this is a message that I sent to her in, I think, February or March. If this ends up lasting for months, we're either going to say we came out of it weaker or stronger, weaker or stronger. So that's pretty much it. Those are 3 examples of clients or friends or people that I've met online that reached out to me through my Instagram or YouTube and had questions, and that was how I answered it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll do more videos later on so you can check out. I appreciate you viewing this. Make sure to like and make sure to subscribe. I have grown about 4 or 5 subscribers this month, so thank you very much for that. And you guys have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Be safe.